play.
By the way, so the two people that have tuned in to see me testing out this little bit of equipment that we've got going, which will be hopefully going every day for the next couple of weeks, but we're certainly going to be doing it on Monday and Tuesday. So no matter where you are tuning in from the world, whether it's good morning, good evening, or good night right now, thank you for stopping by. What can I tell you? Not a great deal. It's Sunday. There's no tennis happening today. Obviously, we've got plenty of practice things been going on in the last 48 hours. We've had the media day. I know some players have been speaking to the press today. Nick Kyrgios, for example, has said that he's feeling fine for what it's worth. I know a lot of people are doubting his injury situation. But of course, there are doubts regarding Rybakina and Swiatek as well, both having some sickness bugs. I think Swiatek is pretty much fine, and her withdrawal from Bad Homburg was a precautionary measure. If at any stage, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do suddenly disappear, maybe because we've had a technical hitch, which is why we're practicing today. And for those of you tuning in, wonderful. I don't know if I'm going to be spreading too much tennis knowledge with you today, because basically I want to get a bit of a feel. I've just arrived here in London from Germany this morning. We've got a few clouds in the sky, but fingers crossed it'll stay dry, not just today, but for most of the next 2 weeks. Of course, nowadays, with a roof on centre court, we don't have the same logistical issues that we used to have years ago. Hopefully in a minute or two, my wonderful cameraman here, who's actually holding the camera, we will start to proceed down this street straight ahead of me, which I think is Wimbledon Park Road, but I could be wrong on that. But I think that's the name of the street. But by the way, this is a test. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have the name of that street written down probably on the palm of my hand so I don't forget. But yes, so in about 60 seconds, if the cameraman is okay, we'll try and head backwards down the park. I may even help him if necessary with the laptop, because I think maybe we should have done that beforehand. But let's do a little bit more here. We've got you know, a little bit of an atmosphere vibe going on here. We've got the main sort of underground station. There are a couple of other underground stations nearby as well. But I would say that more than half of those people travelling by underground will come to this station right behind me, which is Southfield. I can see a few pictures of Alcaraz and Kyrgios and Tsitsipas, of course. Tsitsipas and Kyrgios, of course, they faced off against each other last year in more ways than one. Will they be meeting each other again this year? Probably not. Tsitsipas's grass court form this year is probably worse than it was last year. Of course, he won the Mallorca Championships last year on the eve of the tournament. This year, he didn't have anywhere near that kind of success on the grass. And he didn't really have a huge amount of success on the clay either. So, yeah, as I said, we're going to probably start to head down Wimbledon Park Road. So I'm going to help my assistant by just putting the laptop into this bag, and fingers crossed this will all work out. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see how this works. Let's come this way, Mr. Cameraman. Got a pigeon there. I don't think that's one of the pigeons that we would see in Trafalgar Square. But we're going to head down Wimbledon Park Road. Believe it or not, despite the fact it's about 3 o'clock local time, there are already some people queuing already. So it's about 10 minutes walk down here. We'll see how far I get before both my audience and myself become bored of the conversation that I'm offering. We've got a red light here, and red lights in most countries suggest stop. So we're going to do that, despite the fact that I think sometimes the British can be a little bit cheeky, and we do cross on a red light. However, it's a little bit too busy today, I think, to do so. And it's also daytime. Kids around, you know, we don't want to set a bad reputation. Talking tennis and bad reputation, we want to try and avoid that. So yeah, we're going to head down Wimbledon Park Road. As I say, it's still almost 24 hours before the tournament gets underway, and yet about 10 minutes in this direction, about 1 kilometre or 3/4 of a mile, there are already people queuing. So we'll head down that way. Shortly we'll be heading across the street. Let me know in the comments section. By the way, don't forget to like the button, and if you are new to Talking Tennis, hit that subscribe button. We are just testing things out today, as I say, ahead of basically going live every day throughout Wimbledon at 10 a.m. For about 45 minutes ahead of that day's play. So it'll be 10 a.m. local time, that is in the UK. That'll be 11 a.m. Central European time. I think it'll be about midday in Greece. And you can do the maths elsewhere. I think it's 5 a.m. Eastern time. So if you are early birds in New York, then you can tune in at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. I can see some Spanish tapas coming soon. It's a little restaurant over there. Of course, one Spaniard that will not be joining us this year, of course, is Rafa Nadal. I've actually even heard even more bad news regarding Rafa this week, that it's actually the foot, which is also causing a lot of issues. So whether we'll see Rafa return to the tour at all is a huge question mark. Anyway, that's Rafa Nadal. He's absent this year. Basically, come tomorrow, most of these cafe bars and restaurants that we're walking past will be pretty much jam-packed from early morning onwards, because I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people come here, certainly on a weekly basis, and probably throughout the tournament we'll probably have about a couple of million visitors in total. Got a supermarket behind us, or to my right. This supermarket as well, let me tell you, gets filled up pretty quickly, and you won't be surprised to hear that the alcohol consumption is pretty high. So make sure you get there early to get your cold drinks, because of course you can take alcohol into Wimbledon. A lot of people are not aware of that, and I know it does vary from tournament to tournament. There is a limit, I think, of about 1 litre or so what you're allowed to take in, but that does make Wimbledon a little bit different to some of the other Grand Slams, where I know, for example, New York is not allowed to take anything in at all. Most people tend to walk this particular because it's about a 10-minute journey, but of course you can get a bus. And I believe come tomorrow, you can also get a kind of foot pedal person who can help you maybe take a more leisurely route. I have no idea what that costs. Maybe my cameraman and I will get one of those one day to certainly ease his journey. But if we see one tomorrow. Now this coffee shop over here is called Drop Shot. Nice little pun there, of course, on the tennis. It is actually one of the best coffee shops I would suggest in the area. Having been here for a few years myself, because of its quality shot you could almost call it. Because of that quality, it's pretty packed. Let's say that. Hi. I'm going to say hello to some random people on the street. You never know, we may see one or two stars. I've seen some people that sort of look like tennis players. I saw a guy earlier and I thought, that guy looks like Alex de Minaur, but I don't think it was him. There's been others as well, but of course they could be people that I'm not familiar with. They could be coaches a bit further down the tour. Also let me know in the live chat, by the way, what you think about other players coming up to Wimbledon this year, whether you think some of the British guys, of course we've got Liam Brody up against Lestienne. What else? We've got Heather Watson, got a really tough first round draw, which of course off the top of my head I don't remember, but I know it's a really tough one. I think it could be Mukova, but anyway, I'm sure someone in the live chat will. I see a lot of these official Wimbledon cars going as well, which I'm pretty certain varying aficionados, so players to and from, because one of the things that makes Wimbledon unique compared to some of the other tournaments is, unlike in New York, Paris and Melbourne, for example, where most of the players stay in hotels, here in Wimbledon, and it's always been the case, and still is the case today, the players tend to rent houses for the duration of the tournament, of course, depending on how far you go. Depends on how long you need that house for. Novak Djokovic, of course, will need his house a little bit longer than perhaps Liam Brody, for example. So yeah, let's say we're just heading down Wimbledon Park Road right now. Still about another 6 or 7 minutes away from where the queue is. If my cameraman has got the energy, we may just get as far as the queue, and we may even speak to somebody who's in the queue. I can see some people behind my cameraman right now, so we'll let them come past. Of course, people visiting from all over the world, as you would expect. And I can see people on the opposite side of the street from me, for example, already there with their camping stuff. Because, of course, it's 3 p.m. here right now, but they'll be in the queue until, well, I guess about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. But given the fact they're coming now, they will be one of the first, or some of the first, through those gates. I myself will also queue tomorrow. And of course, I'll be a few hours behind them. But then again, though, I will at least be sleeping in a bed tonight. So that is a bonus, I guess, albeit that I'll obviously enter a bit later. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to meet up with Nick and Jamie, and I think Jack as well, and maybe a few others. And I'm sure I'm missing off a few. So plenty of people from the Talking Tennis team will be attending Wimbledon this year. Most of us will be with grounds passes, etc., etc. So, of course, Andy Murray is not going to be in action until Tuesday. I'm pretty sure that he will be on centre court come Tuesday. He's up against Peniston as well. So that's a very winnable match for Andy. And then he will play the winner of Dominic Thiem against Stefanos Tsitsipas in the second round. Should, of course, Andy Murray progress and beat Peniston, which I would imagine he's a hot favourite to do. And in fact, Andy Murray had a practice set against Novak on Saturday, I think it was, so yesterday. And apparently Andy Murray won 6-2 that practice set. So things are looking pretty good for Andy, I would suggest, and not least the draw. The draw is extremely favourable for him. I would suggest, you know, if you're going to play a wild card, maybe a fellow Brit in the first round, that's about as good as it's going to get, considering, of course, he could have played Novak, he could have played Alcaraz as well. So all sorts of horrible first rounds were avoided. And okay, he's got to play a fairly high seed in the second round, but if you're going to play a fairly high seed, I would suggest Stefanos Tsitsipas would be one of those that you would pick. And that's, of course, if Tsitsipas beats Dominic Thiem. I do expect him to beat Thiem. Thiem, of course, has been off on the clay in recent weeks, even post-French Open, just to try and get some confidence and what we feel for the sport that he loves, and a field that he's really lost largely in the last couple of years. But I think Dominic Thiem, even the peak Dominic Thiem of 2018, 2019, 2020, Wimbledon was never his tournament. So I certainly don't expect any great shakes from him this year, and I'll be surprised if he beats Stefanos. Yeah, so here we are. Anyway, we're heading down the Wimbledon Park Road. Still a good 5 or 6 minutes away from the queue. I don't expect to see it spilling over onto Wimbledon Park Road. Even at its peak, it doesn't. When we actually get there, we'll see this huge, long, lengthy snake as people queue up. And the vibe is pretty good. Not good enough to make me want to come the day before and queue, but the vibe is pretty cool in that queue. I mean, drinks get popped open pretty early, let me tell you that. And yeah, so I mean, I think a common time for those of you that are coming either this year or in future years, I would suggest a nice early start of 6 or 7 a.m. Should, and don't sue me for this, but should still get you in around about midday, something like that. If you're here by 6, 7 o'clock. I remember that the last few years, of 2019, but also last year as well, I got here on the Saturday about 9:30, and we were still in by 1 o'clock, which, bearing in mind, match starts around about 11. You don't miss too much at that time. So, yeah, so I think 6 or 7 should get you in for the start of play. But some people are more keen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Very well. Are you going to Wimbledon?
Oh, yes.
Today?
Today, now.
You're going to queue?
Yes.
Are we live on TV?
You are on YouTube, yeah.
Why?
Who's your favourite player?
No, I mean Roger Federer.
Roger Federer, yeah. He's not going to be here this year or any other year, but he's your historical favourite
Yes,
player,
because most of the time he's the one who has won 7, 8 titles, right?
8 titles, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's my favorite player.
Do you live here in London, by the way?
No, we live in the United States.
Oh, you live in the United States, so you're just visiting?
Yes.
And how long are you staying?
We're going back tomorrow. It was kind of a Europe tour.
Okay.
So we started with London. We went to Paris, then to Switzerland, Interlaken, Lucerne, and to Venice, then to Barcelona, then to Alicante. Then we came back to London.
Nice. Well, have a good day and enjoy today, but also tomorrow. And even if Roger's not going to be there, I'm sure there'll be plenty of good tennis for you to see.
Absolutely. Thank you. Can I take a
You can. I've never been asked to have a selfie, though, but yeah, sure. Talking tennis.
And how can I see
Talking tennis. Go to YouTube. Talking tennis. And you'll find us. Yeah. We're live right now, but we're on most days as well.
Talking tennis?
Talking tennis. Don't forget.
Appreciate it.
Ciao. How about that? You saw a moment in talking tennis history there. The first person ever to have a selfie with me. I don't think he has any idea who I am or what the channel is, but fingers crossed he may hit that subscribe button, which is also, by the way, what I want you to do for those of you who are just tuning in for this little practice that we're having today ahead of basically things getting underway tomorrow at 10 a.m. British Standard Time, let's say 5 a.m. in New York. I guess it'll be about 2 a.m. in California. Those of you who are nocturnal people, for example, in the States, you can tune in throughout the evening or the night, or just tune in as and when you can. Oh, by the way, we'll also have last ball drops as well, which is kind of like the opposite to what this will be. In the mornings, we'll be doing this, as I say, from 10 a.m. British summertime every morning. But in the evenings, I know we'll have Damien and Vanch tomorrow night at around about 11 o'clock British summertime and midnight in Central European time. They'll be doing the last ball drops. That'll be coming to you every night, where they will be reviewing the day's play. We'll also have a few watch-alongs as well throughout the tournament. But basically, hard and fast play is every morning, an hour before play, we'll be live like this. 11 p.m. every night, we'll be live with Damien and Vanch, at least for the first couple of days, and then others throughout the rest of the tournament. Okay, so I may even just walk past my cameraman like so, just to give a slight difference. Hey, what about this? My cameraman's been walking backwards. Maybe it's my turn to walk backwards for a little while. It's a good little exercise anyway. I see a lot of tennis players doing it, so although they tend to be running backwards, but I don't think I'm going to be running backwards today. Of course, most of these houses here, particularly the ones on my left, I would suggest pretty expensive. I daren't put a price on it, but I'm sure you can Google Wimbledon Park Road prices for properties, both rental and purchased. But they won't be cheap, that is for sure. But I guess if you're a professional tennis player, a 1 or 2 week rental scenario is not too bad. Okay, so we're going to pick up a good pace now, I think, in terms of at least now my cameraman is walking forward. We'll probably mix and match from time to time so he gets the break that he deserves. For those of you, by the way, watching right now, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. There's also that notification bell, really important that you click that, so that way you'll get the notification as soon as we go live. Not just tomorrow, but also other days as well. I've got lots of people saying hello to us. They probably think that we're something big. They probably think that we're like got millions of subscribers, or that we're live on TV in some random country. Not at all, but nevertheless, I'm appreciating the goodwill and the hellos from various people. I'd say right now you probably see the street here is pretty quiet. It's not too busy. But come tomorrow, this street will be packed. You okay, cameraman? This tree here, by the way, really pleased that we stopped here. Oldest tree in Wimbledon. Nah, not really. Let's go. Well, it might be. Probably a bit too thin, I would have thought. Yeah. But still, people at home will think, oh wow, how does he know that? Although those of you that have been tuning in for Talking Tennis for quite a while, probably knew. Anyway, let's go back to the tennis. What else have we got coming up over the next sort of 24 to 48 hours? Of course, we had ATP Weekly on earlier and WTA Weekly yesterday. Jack and Nick did the WTA Weekly yesterday and the ATP Weekly today with Damien and Shrihari. Of course, they were looking largely at some of the first round matches, but they were also looking at the tournament as a whole and who they see winning the tournament. I guess for most of us on the men's side, at least, Djokovic is hot favourite. And most people do tend to seem to be going for Djokovic. Alcaraz final. I think the win that Alcaraz had at Queen's a couple of weeks ago has given a lot of people to believe, that this year will be the year that Alcaraz takes a huge step forward on the grass. Of course, last year he made it to the 4th round. Had a couple of hiccups on the way, if you like, or certainly had a really difficult 5-setter, I think, against Struff in the first round. Got to the 4th round, and I, by the way, thought he would beat Sinner in the 4th round last year, but he came a cropper. Sinner obviously won that match, takes a 2-6 lead over Novak in the next round, but we all know what happened after that. We are approaching, I believe, at least one of the entrances, although I'm not sure which one, for Wimbledon Park. Let me just see. Because this will also tell us tomorrow if we can come and film. Let's cross over, because this will tell us a lot. Otherwise, we maybe just get to the entrance here and then head back tomorrow. But let's see if we can take it easy across the street here, because I don't want to lose my cameraman one day before we even get started. Of course, one of the things you have to remember in the UK, for those of you visiting for the first time, we drive on the left. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Let's cross over and see what we're allowed to do here. Join the queue, you can chat to the people. Hopefully we can, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're not allowed to. Looks like we're okay so far. Heavy hand of the law in the UK, you never know. You might get a tap on the shoulder. Maybe have a quick chat with just one or two people. Tomorrow we'll do a bit more of an extensive chat with some of the people queuing, and we may even see some bleary-eyed people that have been queued for 24 hours. Keep an eye out for some of the people that we met today. Hi there. So a little step here for the cameraman to make sure he's aware of. Very good. Although I would say it's a little bit chilly, I optimistically came out in shorts and t-shirt today. But I do have a hoodie in my bag just in case. The weather, at least what I've checked, tomorrow should be dry. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday also dry. Tuesday, last time I checked was a couple of hours ago, and Tuesday looked like it might be one of the days where we're not so sure about the weather, and that, therefore we may see a few delays on the outside courts. I believe both centre court and court one have a roof, so play should get underway there as normal. By the way, of course, tomorrow, Monday, as is tradition, will be Djokovic on first +1 local time. He will open up, as do always the men's champion on the first day of last year's women's champion, Babakina. I believe she gets her campaign underway on Tuesday. I remember as well, what year is it now? 2003. So exactly 20 years ago, I came to Wimbledon for the first time. And I recall centre court, Leighton Hewitt, who was the reigning champion that particular year, opening up against an unknown, pretty much, big server called Ivo Karlovic. And I believe Leighton Hewitt won the first set, and yet Karlovic prevailed. And I think it was the first time in the best part of 40 years that the reigning men's champion actually went out on day one. So we're going to cross this field. Little yellow rope here, so be careful coming around. Very good. The terrain here is a bit mixed. Looks like it's pretty dry. I haven't been in the UK for a while, but maybe there's not a huge amount of rain. That you see right now, yes, they will be here for the best part of the next 24 hours. Yes, I can see some tents though, which makes sense. I wonder if some people have come there without. Right now it's about 19 degrees C. I would suggest. Warmer days in the UK. Yeah, me too. I think it's a bit crazy to.
What's that? Where are you from?
This is a YouTube channel.
So well, that's us. We're talking.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, we sure can.
All I want is to make sure that we have no bad language.
Okay.
I think you can do that. Yeah. So anyway, you're the bad language one.
No, he's happy to love doing.
So all I want to know is you're going to be here tomorrow morning, or
Right.
tomorrow anyway. Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Tomorrow we're looking forward to seeing Djokovic and Alcaraz and
You're playing Tuesday.
Venus is playing tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Do you have sensible tickets, or are you just going to?
No, we're queuing.
We're going to queue early in the morning and enjoy the stadium. We have tennis for the quarterfinals next week.
Oh, okay.
And we're looking forward to enjoying the community here.
What are your names, by the way?
I'm Marty Kelly.
Mike Kelly, we're from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, USA.
Nice. And do you come every year?
No, we've been there a few times. Mike was born in Northern Ireland, so we have relatives here.
In Wimbledon,
In
so we're
Wimbledon,
pretty
so-
privileged to
yeah.
be able to stay with them during winter.
And-
This is about our 4th time here, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So you're going to be queuing tomorrow and then also Tuesday, or just tomorrow?
No, tomorrow and maybe another day, but we also have tickets for Sunday.
Okay.
So
Who is your favorite player, by the way, historically or currently?
my favorite player, Serena.
Okay.
I would say McEnroe,
Okay.
and he's from New York, but we were originally in Queens, New York, so that's why.
One of the great things about tennis tournaments, I would say generally, but specifically here at Wimbledon, is actually you can see a few players around, even when you're just with a grounds pass. You may just. I saw Goran Ivanisevic walk past me last year, and I remember seeing Johnny Mack as well. So you might get to see these players as you wander around. Will you be watching probably some matches as well from the hill, like inside?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if
is
you've
that
heard of
Hinman Hill?
Hill,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, we
Yeah,
love
we're
that.
going to watch some Henman Hill, and we're going to go around the outer courts
Yeah.
and enjoy everyone that's playing and take it all in.
And Mike's gonna tell me how to play tennis.
Oh, is
Yeah,
he?
yeah,
Okay.
right.
No.
Are you married, by the
Yeah,
way?
we are.
How long have you been married for?
It'll be 49 years in September. September, yeah.
And we have one child who's a young man up in Rochester, New York, and he is
He's getting
33.
married. He's getting married in October also.
So we're taking a vacation before the wedding.
Okay, thanks very much. Wonderful. Well, enjoy your time
Thank
here.
you very much.
Enjoy
Thank you.
tomorrow. Thanks very much.
So how do we look for ourselves?
Talking tennis.
Talking tennis.
Talking
Okay.
tennis. And hit the like button on any video you see, and also click subscribe. as
Okay,
well.
we will.
We've got a shy person here from Northern Ireland. Nice to meet you. Take care. Cool. So we'll try maybe one more, shall we, when we get to the edge of the queue here. If we're, I'm always a bit concerned whether someone might just say, hey, you've got to stop filming. But fingers crossed we can make it at least to the end of what appears to be the end of the queue. See plenty of tents here. By the way, I mentioned earlier about the quality of the coffee shop back there towards Southend Station. The quality of the food does go down a little bit, and the quality of the beverages, I would suggest, does go down. So if you are planning on visiting this year or any other year, get your stuff at Southfields. Pick it up from the supermarket, get it from one of the coffee shops there, perhaps, and bring it here if you possibly can. As long as you've got to go a 10-minute walk back, basically. Yeah, let's see if we can just make it through here. Say silence is not great for anything, I guess. Time to time, I have to at least look forward to see where I'm walking. Let's see if we can get somebody who is here and in the queue. Let's see. Good afternoon. Does anybody want to talk to a YouTube channel called Talking Tennis about their time in the queue? Would you like to talk to us? Wonderful. And you too as well. Come along. Do you two know each other, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay. You two know each other, right?
Yeah.
He's in your tent. Okay, come. Some soon. First of all, what's your name? Jonathan. Okay, yours?
My name is Sean.
Okay, good. And do you both live in the UK, or do you live in the UK?
Yeah, I moved to the UK 6 months ago.
Okay, and you?
I live in Israel.
Oh, you live in Israel?
I'm here on vacation.
Okay. And we'll start with you, by the way, first. How long have you been here for? And are you okay with staying here for the next 24 hours or so?
Here or here in the UK?
Here at the
I just got here.
Just go ahead. And you're going to sleep here?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not scared?
No, not at all.
And what about you?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for quite a while, so yeah, it should be good. Set up the tent and everything, so
I see a tennis ball in your tent.
yeah. Nick, so.
Well, you've just told both of our subscribers that. But anyway, no worries. Can I guess who your favourite player is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Djokovic. Okay. Nadal.
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea who your favourite player is. Tell me who it is.
Federer.
Okay, it's got to be Federer. Is there any player that you might be seeing tomorrow, or just currently anyway, that you're particularly looking forward to seeing?
Maybe Djokovic.
Okay, cool. And tomorrow, of course, Djokovic will be in action. He'll be on centre court. Is there anyone on the outside courts that you're excited about seeing?
Yeah, I think Kyrgios is going to play court 1, so
Oh, okay.
excited to see Kyrgios. Yeah.
Always drama with him, but he's got a really tough first round against David Goffin. So we'll see. Do you play tennis?
Yeah, I play for like 12 years.
12 years. Are you one-handed backhand or two-handed?
Two-handed.
Okay. Do you play tennis?
Yeah. I've been playing since I was, I think, 10.
Strengths and weaknesses?
Strengths, I'd say, is probably my serve. Weakness.
I hope you both have a strength which is endurance, because you're going to need it for the next 24 hours. What about you? Your strengths and weaknesses at tennis?
My strength is my backhand, and my weakness is maybe my forehand, but
Sounds like a good to me. Listen, wonderful. Thanks for joining us today. yeah, enjoy your time in the queue, and I may see you tomorrow. You never know, you miss it. Thank you very much. All right, I think we can probably bring this show to an end. I think we've done a good little test. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We managed to make it work. I'm going to click end stream. But make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's see if I can get this little bit. I can see a few comments in there, by the way. Elena, Sean, Ghosty, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new.